Well, Becky Halstead's opinion is that where we need chiropractic care the most is on the tip of the spear. And the tip of the spear is in Afghanistan and Iraq, and clearly, really Afghanistan right now. So how do you make that happen? If your chiropractors are not at all treatment facilities, we don't have very many in DOD, and they're not a uniform service, how do you do that? Well, first of all, a lot of people don't realize that civilians deploy. I mean, we have DOD civilians who are on staffs that deploy with units. I had civilians on my staff in Iraq. So if we make a chiropractor a DOD civilian, even a contract civilian, they could deploy, they could go forward, and potentially maybe not with a unit, but go forward and serve on an area basis, maybe with a hospital that's over there, and provide a service that would be really worthwhile. Now, I recently visited a VA hospital in Connecticut. Wonderful, wonderful VA hospital. Treatment of the vets, wonderful. I can't say enough good about it. I think that with General Shinseki as our lead on VA care, I think we have such potential to just improve every day. We call it in the Army improving our foxhole. And I think VA care is definitely improving the foxhole every day. What was really interesting was that the soldier that I talked to was a young Sergeant E5 who served for a year in Iraq and Baghdad. Infantry, out on patrols every day, heavy rucksack. He says to me, "Ma'am, can you imagine if every day when we came back in off patrol that there was a chiropractor there to adjust us?" He said we'd sleep better, we would recover better, and we'd be more prepared for the next day's mission. Now, this particular gentleman had spent 2 years at the VA hospital being seen by the PT folks. And finally, after 2 years with absolutely no relief and no real changes, PT referred him to chiropractic. And he said from the very first visit, he had relief. And he just had this big old smile on his face. I have pictures of him that keep me motivated to keep doing this charge up this hill to make chiropractic care a reality for military. He just had this wonderful look of hope and feeling good on his face, because for the first time in 2 years, this young man has relief. And he feels good, and he can't wait for the next chiropractic appointment. And so he's serving in the reserves. So he's going to the VA center because that's a benefit that he has. He's in the reserves. And so he plans on deploying again. And when he deploys again, he's going to be stronger and healthier. But we need that care forward so that we can sustain it. Now, in the military, we take care of our equipment. We call it preventative maintenance. We take care of our equipment in the military. Every day we do maintenance on our equipment. Every week we do a type of maintenance on our equipment. We do services on our equipment, much like you do on your car, right? If you drive 3,000 miles, what do? You do an oil change. 25,000 miles, you do a service. That's no different. Why do we not take care of the soldier, the airman, the Marine, like the most valuable piece of equipment on the battlefield? I mean, I think we definitely have the mentality that that is our most valuable resource. Every commander out there will tell you that's their most valuable resource. But what we need to do is get the right resources in support of that most valuable resource. And again, I am sold on the fact that chiropractic care is one of those valuable resources.